Now, usually for a car boot sale video, you'd expect to see me sat in the van or in the house, ready to get out rocking and rolling at the car boot sales. That didn't quite go to plan yesterday. Well, actually, it did go to plan, but I made a cock up. I made a cock up that's resulted in none of the footage from the car boot sale being filmed. I've decided to put this video out anyway. The reason I've decided to put it out anyway is because it's important to emphasise that you have to own your cock-ups. It wasn't the biggest one in the world, to be fair. Essentially, I didn't check the settings on the camera, so every time I pressed record, the file was cropped, basically. Don't want to get into the technicals of it, but essentially, nothing got recorded when I thought everything was being recorded. So anyway, that was a cock-up, such as it is. I've decided to put this video out because it's important to own your cock-ups. However, I did realise there was something awry when I went to the warehouse this morning to do the roundup of the video, but the penny didn't quite drop. I noticed that the settings were wrong, but I didn't realise at that point that the video files from yesterday were corrupt. So, I've got the roundup to the video. So dig deep in your imagination and picture the most amazing scenic car boot sale you've ever seen in your life, full of happy people, dancing ponies. Just go wild with your imagination. And you've seen all that already, and now we're at the roundup part of the video. I do like to get some content out, and I don't really know if I'm going to get another video out this week, so I think you'll get a little bit of value out of what I did pick up, and you'll get the opportunity to have a laugh at my cock up. That's the aim of the video. I hope you enjoy the roundup anyway, and I will do better. I will do better. This is me from earlier. Nowhere near the level of pickups that I got from Burska last time I was there, but quite happy with what I did get, such as it is. Starting out with 4 pairs of brand new hotters. I don't know why I walked away from these without putting a bid in the first place. I think it's more to do with the size. They're an unusual size at 4.5. But there are people out there with size 4.5 feet. Otherwise, they won't make the shoes to fit the feet. Anyway, £28 paid in total for these 4 pairs of new hotter shoes. They'll have a listing value of between £25 to £30 a piece. 3 pairs of shoes from a lady I've bought off in the past. She does have really good quality stuff. Quite often it's new as well. A pair of Clark's Falcon Flight slip-on shoes. Paid £10 each for these 3 pairs of shoes. The Clark's Falcon Flight are going to give me a listing value of £30 to £35. Skechers Flex Appeal 2.0. Wear Skechers myself as my day-to-day. Very comfy. Looking at a listing value of £40 to £50 on those. And some Kurt Geiger brogues. These are the Bolton extra wide fit. I think it's been quite a while since I picked up any Kurt Geiger shoes, but these are really good looking shoes anyway. Listing value on those of around about the £50 mark. From the same lady, I was umming and ahhing about these because I couldn't really find the evidence on the spot. I could after the fact though. These are Crocs Echo snow boots or winter boots. I haven't decided whether I think these are bloody ugly or not, but it doesn't really matter. I ended up paying £8 for these. Not quite as high value as I thought they might be on these. These are going to give me a listing value of £35 to £40. And as I'm filming this video, it's late August, so I'm starting to think about winter stock a little bit more. And obviously, stuff like this fits the bill. Belstaff leather gloves. I love the Belstaff brand. I think they make very, very cool, very, very good quality stuff. Not exceptionally high value, these gloves, but they are exceptionally high quality. £5 paid for them. They're going to give me a listing value of £20. I still think that's low though, you know. I can only evidence them out at around about £20, but I still think that's really low. Because if I had a pair of gloves like this, and they're my size actually. No, they're a bit small for me. I'll be dead chuffed with them. Often mistaken for fakes. These are the Dr. Martens 8-hole Vegan 101. The reason they're often mistaken for fakes is that, well, it's not real leather. And the assumption is when you're looking at them at a car boot sale that they're going to be leather. And it just feels really poor quality if you've got leather in your head, because It's not bloody leather. Got these for a steal at £5. So this £5 purchase is going to give me a listing value of £50. Akito Miami ladies motorcycle boots. Again, £5 pay for these. Akito is probably the best of the non-expensive brands you can get. The £5 I pay for these are going to give me a listing value of £25. Now I overestimated this. This is a really, really, really nice, shoey two-piece leather motorcycle suit. It clearly is exceptional quality. Shoei make crash helmets, and the crash helmets they make are sort of like high-end, they're very, very expensive. And this it just feels, smells and looks quality, but surprisingly low value. I think Shoei are more synonymous with making helmets and not so much with other type products. That's my take on it. Paid £28 for this after a wee bit of negotiation. Comps are only supporting a listing value of £70 to £90 on this suit, which is a crying shame because I've sold much worse quality suits than this for double that. Lastly, and this is probably a little bit more of a nepotistic, well, it's not a purchase. So I got these on consignment. What are they? They are not some kind of freaky space gun. I don't know where that came from. These are motors for electric reclining sofas. Now, I don't do consignment because I'd much rather just buy something and then sell it, agree the arrangements before I've taken on the responsibility for them. I just think working on consignment, I'll put them down. I just think working on consignment, it's just messy. It really is just messy. The only reason I'm working on consignment in this instance is a home living outlet. There's a family connection there and there's a lot more of them available. So as it stands at the minute, I haven't paid anything for them. And believe it or not, these motors, second-hand, as long as they're working, obviously, will have a listing value of between £40 and £50 each. So that could turn out to be quite a lucrative arrangement. All in all, not too shabby a haul. It could have been better, but of course it could have been worse as well. So no complaints from Bershka today. They won't let me put the drone up. I'm not entirely sure why. I think it is near an old airfield, so I might not be able to fly the drone anyway. But I always ask permission when I'm putting the drone up, even if it's perfectly legal for me to do so, which it always is. I always ask permission from the operator. It's just courtesy more than anything else. I think it's the right thing to do. So no drone footage, unfortunately, because I think that would make a pretty impressive shot. I've got the bug though, you know. I've got the bug for trying new places. Obviously, Whitby last weekend, Bershka, not entirely different from me. I've been there a few times before. Next week, I'm really fancying Romilly. A few people have mentioned it to me now. I believe it's in Stockport area. I don't know too much about it at this stage, although I do believe it can be quite big. So fingers crossed for good weather. Well, in fact, fingers crossed for two reasons next weekend. I'm actually at Festwich, so it's going to be a full weekend for me. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please show your appreciation by hitting the subscribe button. It just lets me know that the videos are hitting the mark with you and I can make some more. And if you want to see more, hitting the notification bell will give you a notification of when I do post a video up. Until next time, you lovely people, I've been Dave Keeffe. You've been amazing. I'll see you soon. Julep.